Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Dragons in Modern. We have some lands, we have some of our enablers, like this hand. Hello, opponent. I never actually chat with our opponent to start, usually because I'm busy chatting with you. Turn one Ragavan in the free play zone has led to people salty scooping or just not wanting to play a Ragavan deck, essentially, because they don't have an answer and they're starting to take hits. However, our opponent's in it. It looks like they might be playing Affinity. It's a popular deck. Ornithopter. Well, we'll get a hit in at least. Maybe. Yeah, it's hammer time. Okay, so what we can do is we can go like the very aggressive start here by Field of Ruining their Urza Saga, then they'll get a land, or we can just go ahead and bolt the Ornithopter. We can play a Magda or a Charming Scoundrel just to get another treasure token, but we would have attacked that turn if we wanted to do that. I think we're going to bolt the Ornithopter. Keep them off their manas a little bit. So I think, okay, there is some world in which we could have played Magda and bolted to get the crime. We would have still ended up with a treasure token. Yep, Stoneforge Mystic is probably why we don't want to bolt the Ornithopter. Call draw. Alright, well now we need to get a little lucky off the top. And that did not happen. Alright. So our plan is probably going to Field of Ruin this Urza Saga and hopefully not lose to a Cauldron Complete, but that doesn't seem like a very winning strategy. We can also Charming Scoundrel. I think we're going to attack no matter what. And say we can Charming Scoundrel and dig for an answer. Yeah, the greedy play of bolting the Ornithopter to keep them off mana is going to come back to haunt us, clearly. Let's see what we get off of their deck. Esper Sentinel, that's pretty good. Does not, however, stop what they're doing. Okay, so we have to use a treasure token for that. We could dig with the Charming Scoundrel to try to find an answer, pitching this Ragavan. That may be our own, but then they're going to go get the hammer with that. Alright, so what are we going to do? We're going to Field of Ruin. There's a Saga to stop them from getting a hammer and making the game over even faster. Do they have a Surge of Salvation? Okay. Well, that is a sad. Now we don't even have the mana for that. What is our best way out? Yeah, that's a blowout for us. I guess we'll just go ahead and cast Esper Citadel. We should have done that before, but that wasn't our plan. Was never to cast Esper Citadel this turn. We were going to let it go. We were going to blow up their land, get a land, Charming Scoundrel, discard the Ragavan, and hope to draw a Fatal Push or a Lightning Bolt. The answer there, Stoneforge Mystics. So that's why we sequenced that way. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. And I wanted to be able to keep my treasure tokens as many as possible in order to get some Scorpion Dragons and have a chance at winning a race. Now, it's probably game over because they get the hammer, they get to attack, they get a Cauldron if they want. Just for next turn. Or this turn, if they don't want to attack with a hammer this turn, sure. You know, our best way of winning this game is racing with flyers. And we had to use a treasure token to try to find an answer for their Stoneforge Mystic, all because we took the greedy route of Lightning Bolting the Ornithopter to keep them off of Springleaf draw mana. And now they're going to attach this probably to something like Esper Sentinel. Yeah, so it's been a while since I played Hammer Time. I think the lesson there is wait until the... Yeah, I mean, it was a risk. I took a risk. Let's just put it that way. It was a big risk, but it was a risk of... If I killed their Ornithopter, if I would be able to keep them off mana to stop their game plan, and that did not work out. And then be able to Field of Ruin their Urza Saga to keep them off of that game plan. None of those things worked out though, so too risky of a line. Should not take that in the future. Alright, so we can... I think we can do it all. Oh, we have to use a treasure token because... Yeah, I mean, even just missing that one land drop. I mean, having our Field of Ruin land nerfed, not letting us get a land is slowing us down significantly. Because we can target them and get a treasure token. Can we block? Do we have enough blockers? So if we attack, we're going to be taking 6, and that's not going to be any way to really win the race. If we attack with Ragavan, we'll take 6 once. I think we're just going to have to, like, let them do their thing, basically. See what they're drawing. They're drawing a land. Alright, well, we're going to be able to hold down the fort with some blockers for 2 turns, and we drew a Decadent Dragon. Okay, well, that's probably going to be too slow against what our opponent's doing, to be honest. Inkmoth Nexus. Swinging in with the team. I don't think they'll swing in with Esper Citadel, but maybe they will. What do we draw? Tiny Bones. That is a blocker. And it does trade up. And we're making another Scorpion Dragon token. That's exciting. It's always exciting to make Scorpion Dragon tokens here at cyclesgaming.com because we do not get to make a lot of them. The race is on. Is it going to be a race we can win? We have two blockers again. One that trades up. Alright, so we go block here, take 5. We could always just take the 5 or 6. And then are they going to be able to equip Ink Moth or activate and equip Ink Moth? Going to be able to gain a little life. Alright, opponent's putting some things on the board. Ah, death touch, baby. Holding down. Look at Tiny Bones. Look at old Tiny Bones holding down the fort. That's what Tiny Bones does. Tiny Bones saying, you can't get through this. I got a death touch, man. I can't believe they're not attacking with everybody. Land. It's not the kind of... It's a, okay. Well, so we could... I mean, yeah, they're going to try to save for a big swing. So we don't want to lower our life total too bad. Because right now we could... Decadent Dragon, or Expensive Tastes, and Ragavan and go to 3. And then we go block. Ragavan blocks there. And we take 2 and go to 1. We can cast Expensive Tastes and hope to hit a red source, which probably wouldn't happen. And they have that Ink Moth we need to be worried about too, so... We could, okay, so if we go to... Does this have flying? It does. So they're going to be able to block with Ink Moth at some point. So I was going to say we could go to 3 and cast a Decadent Dragon, and then have lethal on the next turn. But if we go to 3, they will probably swing in with everybody. They swing in with everyone this turn. I think we're going to go block and just try to win with the one Scorpion Dragon and this one. We could also Expensive Taste now and hope to hit an Ornithopter off of their deck. Questions. They're going to get a draw card. We're going to get a treasure token. So that was something I forgot about, but that might be relevant. Okay, well, we did find out quite a few of their best cards. They're all off of Expensive Tastes. And this also lets them see our game plan of winning with 2 swings. Yeah, so I'm expecting an all-out attack at this point, given that we are dead otherwise. So block here, because that's just forcing their hand. They know we have a Decadent Dragon coming that can really put a clock on our opponent. And we're dead. Okay, so we died via... How did... Wait, okay, so... We took 2. Does have trample. Okay. Well, clearly reading the cards is important in Magic. So we should have guessed a deck and a dragon. But anyway, I think we would have lost anyway. So we were behind trying to cobble it together, but forgot that thing had trample. For some reason, which I really should not have forgotten. Okay, Molten Collapses, Brotherhood's End, Inquisitions. That's a lot of hate. Even Blood Moon is good against them. Take out some of... So when you take out that entire package, is it even worth the Magdas? Because we don't have that many ways to make treasure tokens. We've taken out one way, two ways, but bringing in more removal. Blood Moon seems like it could be really good against our opponents. So maybe we bring in the Blood Moons. Take out the Molten Collapses. Try it like that. Inquisition's kind of hit or miss too, but I'm testing it out. No sideboard hate, but at turn 1 Ragavan. See if it can get there. Alright, a few rough games this morning. Feels like when I only get a couple games in a day, including this past week I was working on my Commander article, not a lot of Modern was played, that I'm just rusty, basically. Making mistakes, and they might be small mistakes, but they're still mistakes. Alright, so 2 mana kill spell on the Esper Sentinel to get in a hit with Ragavan to set up our token, treasure token generation. See what we steal. Oh, Surge of Salvation. Man, that card's annoying. And it gets main decked now, as we saw last game. Anyway, yeah, with Modern, I mean, it's such a razor's edge of winning, losing, especially when you're playing jankier builds. But even in the top tier decks, it's small decision points that can be enough to win you or lose you the game. What do they go get? Shadow Spear. Seems pretty good against us to race as far as life gain. Kill spell? Field of Ruin. What are the chances that they take a Ragavan hit? Probably great, because they got the Shadow Spear. They probably don't mind losing their Stone Forge. If they got in the Cauldron, they'd be more incentivized to keep their Stone Forge around, but I imagine they'll trade. So we can Field of Ruin the Inkmoth Nexus. Go get Swamp, and then we can start get a Magda down just to have something on the battlefield, but then we won't have any treasure tokens, and we really don't have any other ways of treasure generation right now. But I hate just to pass the turn when I mean, our hand is not shaping up very well with that Field of Ruin. I mean, the Field of Ruin's a great card against what our opponent's trying to do. They can't kill us with Infect now, but we're a little bit land heavy, and having Magda in our hand is obviously another dead card. Sorry, then now they're going to go get the Cauldron complete. Oh, just Colossus Hammer, okay. Also acceptable and game ending. What do we draw? What's our best draw? Probably a lightning bolt or fatal push. Thought seize. Well, it is a way to get a treasure token, and we get to take something out of their hand that they were hoping to play. They just have the Cauldron in hand. Just naturally drawn Cauldron. And oh man, that's a nice hand, opponent. We really need a Brotherhood's End if we're going to have a chance at this game. So we could have waited. So if we had saved our treasure, right, we wouldn't have gotten in these 2 points of damage. And we would have had 2 treasures. So will that matter? Let's keep that in mind for as the game progresses. What we would really like to see is just like a decadent taste into Brotherhood's End, as they hopefully are going to spend some turns making constructs. And they're going to be able to refill their hand with the Pure Steel Paladin and their 1 mana artifact spells. And you have to equip as 0 as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Okay, well I think we might just be dead. Alright, well, that's Hammer Time for you. I haven't been beaten down by Hammer Time in this fashion in a while, but here we are about to lose to a very large Stoneforge Mystic. And yeah, that's 2 games in a row of, and a Shadow Spear just for the rub ends. They have us dead. Okay, there we go. I'm about to say they have us dead. Alright, good. It's 2 matches in a row where I just feel like they were close. Maybe a few decisions here or there would have made all the difference. Certainly in game 1 when we killed the Ornithopter, but different draw here or there. But yeah, they just got away from us. So need to sharpen up my play a little bit. And deck, you need to give me better cards a little bit, and I think things would be different. But for CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I think my youngest is waking up anyway. So thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next one. This has been another edition of Dragons in Modern. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. If you haven't already, check out my website where you can read about my commander decks, my modern jank, and my science fiction novel that I'm publishing serially. Click that like button or the subscribe button on YouTube. Everybody counts. For CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all in the next one.